Perfect. So welcome everybody, and we thank you so much for taking the time to join us this afternoon. And Javier, I will turn it over to you very briefly.
Yes, good morning. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Now, my name is Zapata and I lead Paston Enterprise Center's activities up here in New York, and we also have offices back in Puerto Rico. And we're very happy to be here today, and we're happy that you're showing up and you are participating in this free sessions that Citizens has and our organization has put together to make sure that we continue serving our mission and serving all the small businesses that we can. A little bit of background about who are we. I know some of you know us, but very quickly, Paston is a nonprofit corporation that's headquartered in Rochester, and we have services in 7 states and Puerto Rico. And throughout New York, we serve mostly the Buffalo and Rochester area. And we provide a myriad of services for small businesses, but most importantly, technical assistance, which we do with a lot of assistance from partners like Citizens. And we provide also small business loans, loans that are lax in terms for small business borrowers. So if you're thinking about at some point needing some access to capital, we'll be happy to also take in your ideas and see how we can help convert them to reality. If they're a startup and if you're thinking about expanding your businesses, we can also work with that too. So I want to finish up a big thank you to Citizens again. To Maria, I don't know if you're both on. I think Maria is. And thanks Citizens for their support. We had a great relationship last year with our first seminar and webinars, and hopefully we'll continue doing that throughout the year. And lastly, I want to thank Zach from Paston too. Zach has been coordinating with all of you these trainings. And Zach, a big kudos to you. Lots of people involved, so you're helping coordinating all of this. Impactful. And in the end, thank you all for participating. I guess they say that big part of life is just saying yes and going up. Well, you're doing that today, and we hope to be on this journey for the following weeks with you and get to know you a little bit more and see how we can continue helping you. So thank you for the time.
Somebody mute their mic because it's echoing.
Listen, I'm going back on my class, okay?
Listen, what's the Cash App at?
So Sumange, I did mute everyone. You're not muted though. So if you want, just to eliminate some of that background noise that we were getting. And so thank you so much, Javier, for kicking off this session and starting us off. And with that, I will turn it over to Sumange Basi, who's going to take us through the presentation.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Javier. Thank you, Maria. And thank you, everyone on the call, for taking time out of your busy day to join us on the Small Business Financial Empowerment Series. I want to welcome you to the first module, which is part of our 7-part Business Financial Empowerment Program. Before I kick off, I just want to quickly introduce myself. So my name is Sumange Bass. I've been with the business banking team here at Citizens for approximately about 4.5 years. Prior to that, I was actually an auditor within the bank and Citizens here, primarily focused on the consumer and the commercial side. So I would audit different functions, different the bank. Came across business banking because of the opportunity to work with small businesses. Really enjoyed that, and I just love the fact that I could even to help them with their financing or whatever banking needs that they had. Also, I have an MBA at Babson College, and additionally, I also run a family business with my 2 siblings, my 2 sisters. We are in the franchise business. Most of you guys know this franchise, Subway. We have 7 multi-unit. We're a multi-unit organization. We generate close to about $4 or $5 million a year. Pandemic took a hit on us, but we're okay. But a lot of the things that I've learned in the franchise business, we're going to see this throughout the whole process and how you can, generate, phenomenal sales, profitability, and also, operate your business and maximizing the capacity that you have within your colleagues that work with you. I'm really excited to be here, and I can't, I couldn't do this by myself. Luckily, I have a co-facilitator here, and I'm going to let Jason introduce himself. Jason?
Hey, thanks, Simonge. So I'm actually getting a weird feedback. I don't know if you guys are hearing that, but again, I'm Jason Jones, Community Development Market Manager for Western Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio, and kind of been in that space for some time. I also, similar to Simonge, not necessarily a franchise owner, but I've owned a successful business, a hair salon here in Greater Pittsburgh, and has since exited and sold, and then had some time working with some nonprofit, with a nonprofit that works with CMU, Pitt, Duquesne, some of the local colleges here to kind of help small businesses spur out of. And so, again, glad to be here, happy to be here, and glad to see that there's a multitude of different businesses here by looking in the chat. So, with no further ado, Simonge, you can get us started and then pick it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, under Maria's leadership and the partnerships that we made with BTS and our local folks at Citizens, we created this program because, small businesses are the heart of the communities. We definitely know that. There's no doubt about that. And we want to be sure, we work with partners like Pat Stone to help empower small business like you to learn the skills and techniques to help you manage your business. So let's get started here. So a little bit of housekeeping. So here's a small business financial empowerment, manuals, modules. Our goal over the course of the next few weeks, we're going to provide you with tips and resources to develop a strong business strategy, which is really going to serve you, especially when you go to the banks or you're working with institutional individuals that are going to help you finance your business or capitalize your business. This module will help set you apart from the rest of your competition. We're going to do this by learning about, focusing on your customer, especially today, considering, what you need to optimize your business operations and strategy, ensuring we set up our business to be resilient for whatever may come. And I don't need to tell a lot of you, if you've been in business during the pandemic, there's been a lot of things that have happened. And then now, what's going on in the economic situation with high inflation, labor shortage, things of that nature. There's a lot coming at us as entrepreneurs. At this time, I also want to make sure you've received, the sign-on instructions for Know the Business Learning Portal. Could you just please put in the chat, say you got it, thumbs up, emojis, whatever there. We want to make sure that you had access to the Know the Business Learning Portal. And Maria, if you want to interject here to make sure that everybody received that, we're good to go.
Yep, and at the end of the session, Simonge, we can actually demo the site for them and how to sign in.
Perfect.
So, yeah.
Okay, perfect. And the good thing, other thing is that they have the handout too for the participant guide. Okay, awesome. Okay, so what are we going to cover today? So today, we'll work to consider what you can do to be customer focused. It's so important, right? Part of building your business strategy. Now we're going to leverage several tools to help you better understand, your customers' behaviors and motivations. And once you get crystal clear on that, you'll be able to create the strategy that's really going to drive success within your business. One of the key parts of this program is our interactions with one another. It was awesome just to hear the different types of businesses that we've had, the diverse group of folks that we have here. And, considering that this is your cohort, we all can learn from each other. We also could probably do business with each other. And it's really great if we all can help each other out and do that. You'll see that every one of our sessions, we're going to have some breakout options. This is where you'll be working with one of your peers to discuss the topic of the day or the breakout activity that we have. Now, I really encourage you to use this opportunity to really build your network, immerse yourself with the experience. And, you're only going to get what you put into this session, right? So, okay, before we get into our content, let's review a few housekeeping items to make this a nice, great call. So for those of you that maybe by phone or on a desktop, if possible, we'd love to see your beautiful faces, turn on your video, also mute yourself so that way, this is a clean call. If you need to unmute yourself, you can also do *6 if you're on the phone line, and *6 to go again and mute your line if anything happens. Some of the pre-work check that we had, Maria just mentioned that you all should have the participant guide. And it looks something like this. I'm just gonna see if I can pull it up for you all. And hopefully have this readily available. It's a PDF format right there. So it's a really nice participant guide, module 1 being customer focused. So hopefully you have that available for you at hand, because you will use this today in the session. Couple other things, if you don't know how to chat on the desktop, if this is your first time being on the WebEx, I know a lot of folks are usually on Zoom, just make sure it's right here on the bottom part. Just click on that little bubble that pops up and you'll be able to chat there. And then if you want to send it to everyone, you can just click on everyone. If you want to send it to the host, which is Maria, if you have a quick question or anything like that, you can send it to us directly as well. One last bit of WebEx prep to set us up for success. First of all, if you want to activate the audio, if you need to switch it, sometimes I know folks, if your technology is kind of iffy when it comes to the computer and you want to switch to an audio with your phone, you can just quickly switch that process, and it's not that hard. You just click on mute, click on the drop-down button, and then you'll be able to click on the connect the audio, whether it's your phone or to the desktop. Also, you can also shut down your video by hitting the start video on or start video off if you want to come back on video. Okay, ground rules for the virtual session, right? So this is a safe zone, okay? We are among peers today. All participants here, all small business owners just like you. This is a great opportunity to learn from each other, but learning starts with respect, right? We want you to listen to and respect each other's contributions in the main room and the breakouts, and it'll be a great session for that. Virtual etiquette, as we mentioned earlier, please stay on video if possible during the entire session. It's much easier for Jason and I to, talk to each other rather than just empty boxes, so we can see you on the screen and connect with you. And of course, always please mute when you're not speaking. That way we can avoid any background noise. And then our sessions together is approximately about an hour, so we'll probably get done probably around 1:30. I know when we did this session with another group, we got done a little bit early, but depending on the conversations we have and questions you may have, we'll go to the full 1:30 that we have planned out for. Okay. All right. At this time, I am going to turn it over to Jason to kick off our series. Jason.
Awesome. So thanks to Monge for that information. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put it over in the chat. So I'm sorry. So we're gonna get started. So here's a great point. 90% of small and medium-sized businesses say that the top driver to their success is generating revenue and profit growth. Next slide.
Well, I'm sorry about that. So let's go ahead and guess that. What is the top driver right there? If you ought to fill in the blank, go ahead and put in the chat. What is help us complete this statement right here. Let's see what folks do. So you got traffic, networking. Jason, they're saying networking, traffic.
Mm-hmm.
See what else they're thinking. Anyone else? Any other? No wrong answers here. It could be a lot of things. Customer service. Okay, marketing, customers, marketing, customer feedback. All right, we got a lot of. Jason, you want to unveil this right here?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
So,
all right, let's see.
The number one driver is empathizing. Or customer satisfaction.
All right, here we go. Customer satisfaction. Here we go. All right, there you go.
So one of the things in order to get there is you have to empathize, right? with your customers. So, kind of putting yourself in their shoes. What are their pain points? What are you solving? What do you guys think is a good way to reach that? Asking the who, the what, and the why, right? So underpinning the functional and emotional needs and wants of your user through their experiences with the solution. So the why. And everyone knows, as a business, most folks see the top of the iceberg, right? We've all heard this phrase before. But behind the scenes are where the real magic happens. And so there's a ton that goes on. And so, you have to get beneath the why to kind of understand the why. So we have two inventions here. Can anyone put in the chat what they're looking to solve? We have a hammer and a drill. What is the purpose of these, and what are they trying to solve?
You got repair height needs, make holes, Autumn says, build a structure, create a drill. Something needs to be fixed to build something, to read literature, solution, and repairs. Getting stuff done. I love that. There we go. Yeah, attach or detach. We got a lot of great answers there, Jason.
Yes. Fix, rebuild, repair. Awesome. So I think someone hit the nail on the head using that analogy perfectly here. So Ted Levitt said, people don't buy drills, they buy holes. The drill happens to be the best means available to get the job done. So earlier someone said holes. And so that's absolutely right.
Yeah, so it'd be great to hear right now in the chat. We love to hear about your business. What are your customer problems or need is your business trying to solve? What specifically? What is it that you think it is? I know in our business, in Subway, we're trying to solve, provide an opportunity for folks a quality meal at an affordable price. Period. That's it. That's all folks are looking for, and it's convenient, and it's made fast and efficient. That's all what folks are looking. And hopefully we can solve that. What is the need that your businesses have?
Feel free to type it in the chat.
More fulfilling life. Yep, Cameron, we put up there.
Just need help with full-time employees. Okay.
Customer finding, find clothing wherever you need to the area. Most of my clients, I love that virtual assistant.
Provide the right products and services for the right price. 5-star childcare business. Okay. Very few options that actually taste good. Okay. Comparable to Dairy Jesus. Connect the consumer to business and business to other businesses. So you're a B2B business to business.
I love Yolanda's, right? That one's right. I'm just going to take the last part of our sentence. She said, providing a 5-star children business so parents can work with a peace of mind. Honestly, I'm trying to buy peace of mind by putting trust in my kids with somebody that they're going to do the right thing. So honestly, they're buying peace of mind. That's it. I love it. You're spot on.
Feel special.
Dairy-free options. Dairy-free options. Absolutely. Right. Good stuff. And it's so important to be crystal clear on this, especially on what you're trying to solve for your customers. Some customers, I can tell you, when I'm working with business owners, sometimes they're not crystal clear on what they're trying to solve for their customers, and there's a reason why their business is not doing as successful as they can. The ones that are crystal clear and laser focused, they know exactly what their customer wants, are the ones we love funding, of course, and they're doing exceptionally well. So really cool. All right, I'll turn it back to you, Jason.
Awesome. So our next slide we have we'll call him Sam. The man Sam here. How safe is this? Do you guys think this is the most effective way to get the job done? And what do you think Sam is doing? You can put it in the chat. Providing transportation to. Oh, okay. Sam is getting it done by any means necessary. He's the Malcolm X of driving, huh? Okay. Getting something from far up. Okay. Going to a job the best way he can. Sam is using what he has to build his business. Okay. Trying to transport a ladder because he doesn't have a truck, but making it happen. He's figuring it out. I'm not sure how legal this is. Sam is driving this way, but we can go to the next slide. But Sam is looking to get something off of his roof. So Sam has a need to get a ball off of the roof. So he wants to get his favorite ball off the roof. Do you think this is the most effective way? Yeah, he's going to climb the ladder. Do you think it's the most effective way? You can put that in the chat. It's an option, but not a solution. Good. Wrong tool. Okay. Yeah. So we want to look at three things: the who, the what, and the why. And let's chat it up a bit. So who is he doing it for? Yep. The what? What is the what in this case? Thank you, Kira. And why? And thank you again, Kira, for the ball. He loves his kids. Okay. Right. So let's talk about Sam a little bit here. So I was very close to my dad growing up, and although he had to work long hours in the field, he was always there for me and my brothers. My dad was always cheering me on and coached my soccer team. When he passed away, I promised him that I would take good care of my mother and siblings. So this gives you a better understanding, right? So before we got the background of Sam and why and what motivates him, we kind of came to our own conclusion, which is okay. But I think asking more questions of history on Sam gives us a better answer to the why, who, and what. So in this case, now that you've heard Sam's story a bit, does anyone want to change their who to be a little bit more specific about Sam? So who is Sam? Sam is a 36-year-old father of two, right? And what's his wants and need? What's the emotional function and necessity for Sam? Does anyone want to say what the wants or needs? What's the deep emotional to take care of his family, right? Keep the legacy of his dad, provide great care for his children. So he wants to get his son's favorite ball off the roof, right? That's his want. And what's the why? What's the because? So what's the surprising insight? One is Sam wants to be a good dad as his dad, right?
Mhm.
Any other answers on the why? So Sam wants
I just think
to be the
that,
prop.
Oh, go
Sam
ahead.
wants to,
I'm
Good.
sorry, I was gonna speak instead of text because I'm multitasking. So
oh, sure. Well, go ahead.
I just think when I look at Sam's situation, he had some problem that he needed to address and possibly in a timely manner. So he used some creative problem solving to get it done quickly for his family. Oh, I'm sorry, you got that right there.
Exactly.
You got
exactly.
it.
Good.
Awesome.
Good insight on your behalf. So I'm sure you're great at figuring out your customers' needs on a deeper emotional level. So thank you for sharing. So Samunge, I'll hand it over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Jason. So, we developed great insight into Sam's situation. So just think about it. All your customers have things going on in their life, and hopefully you have some type of solution that will help them solve whatever problem that they're looking to do. The question now becomes, how can we as business owners establish a process for creating, insights into experiences of our customers? Hopefully you all have some type of survey or type of automated thing that you may do maybe on your point of sale, that things that might be on your invoices. But just in case, if you don't have those tools yet, some of you might be startups, whatnot, there's a simple thing and simple process on how you can get better insight. And we're going to introduce a framework called Allo. So we use this a lot, especially in our line of business, especially when we're dealing with customers. So in your participant guide on page 3, you guys can follow. I'm going to show the page again on page 3 right here and right here. So we're going to talk about Allo. Here's the things right there. So if you just want to follow along, go right ahead. So Allo stands for, the acronym, ask, listen, observe, and empathize, okay? And what I want you to do on your page 3, on your participant guide, I want you to imagine you're in a conversation with one of your customers, okay? What I want you to encourage, to think about what the customer is saying, doing, thinking, and feeling, okay? We're gonna go through each of the segments. So for doing, just think of your customer, and feel free to come off mute if you want to type in the chat, whatever's comfortable for you. What actions and behaviors do you notice about your customers? What are they doing when they come to your store or they're online visiting your website? Whatever the case may be, what are they doing? Type in the chat, feel free to come off mute.
What do you say?
What are your customers? So Ebony, what business are you in again, Ebony? Printing, observing you, your customer service. Okay. Discussing their points of pain. Are they doing that off the back, or how do you observe that there, Amanda? Looking for solutions to business longevity from Kira. Looking for Black-owned business information. Yeah, absolutely.
Excuse me, what's the question again?
So what are your customers doing? Like, imagine, like, what are they doing when they're thinking about your business? What actions and behaviors do you notice about your customers?
Got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so that's great. So a lot of you are spot on. with regards to what they're doing, what they're researching. A lot of it is just researching in the initial front, right? But the one thing we all care about, right, is our reputation. But what are some of the quotes and defining words, your customers would say about, maybe coming to your establishment or why they want to come? What are they saying? What are some of the pain points they're saying?
Specifically for my
Go ahead.
business as an academic coach, they're and a life coach, they're coming to me because their child needs assistance with like school, as far as like getting their grades up or maybe their behavior in class. So they'll come to me
Right.
helpless or feeling like, Johnny, is not able to do X, Y, and Z.
Absolutely. Yeah, right on, Cheyenne. You're spot on. So the next one, what are they thinking? And you kind of captured that a little bit, Cheyenne, but what are they thinking? Like when it comes to, what are your users maybe thinking? What does this tell about his or her beliefs or anything of that nature when it comes to when they're thinking about using your services?
Yes, they're thinking that I'm the last hope, that they tried everything. So the next step
Right.
is to make them feel comfortable. Yeah, at that time.
Absolutely. I love what Autumn's saying. They're confused or frustrated. Where can I spend my dollars, expressing what type of message they want to share. Chantel says, where can I spend my dollars that supports my local community? Absolutely. They're in a buying position of making final choices. They're confused and frustrated again. Looking to get the kind of hairstyle, right? So that's great. Thinking. Let's talk about thinking. We already did that. So feeling. Okay. What emotions might your customers be feeling? What they'll be feeling? Is there an emotional response to the problem at hand?
Feeling hopeless,
Anyone?
confused, lost, okay, anxious, trepidation, inquisitive.
Love it. All right, these are all great points. Yeah, thanks for sharing, everyone, because these are all great thoughts that you all need to consider when you're trying to get insights from your customers. So, okay, so the setup for the entire course, we're going to look at a company called G-Shop, right? Hopefully, you all have read it and kind of went through the course, to read the case study about this shop. But I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Please chat something and come off on mute if you want to talk about it. But I would love to, hear your thoughts about this case study that we're going to venture into. Any thoughts? Any main points you want to that's kind of important that you captured from the case study?
My initial thought going into the case study was actually supply chain issues because they only have one product, and that's something as someone in food service, I'm like, things are back ordered, they're not coming in, they take months to get in, quality is not right. Having only one product makes me nervous.
Yeah, no, I share your pain too, Linda. Yeah, thank you. You're spot on, right? Supply chain. What else do you think is going to happen with this case study as we venture on? What else things come to mind? We need to be observant.
Life shifts. You have two employees, including the owner. Anything could happen, especially in this COVID environment. So if we look at the environment, it's up, and I'm making assumptions that is in today's environment. We're depending on, the traffic to come through, that through traffic. In this COVID environment, maybe they need to consider, mailing fresh juice or delivering fresh juice. It kind of limits, their sales. But I was really concerned with the number of resources that they had available. If the owner's going to be juicing and not really handling the business at hand, you have those hours, that's an 8 hour or 7 to 6 p.m. What if one person is sick? All of it.
Yeah,
I would like
absolutely.
to say so. Can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear. Yep.
Hello,
Hi,
I'm Kira. So I'm an outsourced CRM or customer management team. So basically a one-stop shop for your team. So we got marketing, business development, anything you need to get your business from small to big immediately. So when I look at this case study, I do see a small business, only been a year and a half. So, you're a baby. And also see potential as well, because it's, like you said, it's given a customer need, not just any customers. They have, first, second, and tertiary customer group. And it's convenient, right? It makes sense for the everyday person in the city. So that's what I kind of gathered from that synopsis right there.
I love it. No, there's a lot of opportunity here. There's a lot of risk as well. There's a lot of concerns. Alinda was spot on. Supply chains might be an issue. So, like, from an owner standpoint, I'm worried, like, do I have the right laborers to manage the store and also provide the right customer service? Do I have my oranges at the right price point? Supply chain, the demand in oranges is going to be high. And then do I have to increase prices? How's that going to affect my customers? It's a lot for an owner to take on. And all of you are experiencing this, at least once during this pandemic, if not still ongoing. So it's going to be a fun case study. So let's walk through that, Shira. So now that we covered the juice shop, right, I like to recall two main customer types that we had kind of identified that their target audience, right? These are the two personas. And within your business, you probably have, and I strongly suggest kind of create that persona, or you may have heard it called an avatar. What does that persona or avatar look like for your business, right? But for the juice shop, right, we have Jennifer and Marco, and you're looking at page 2 on your workbook. You'll be able to read up on this. But, I'd love for you guys to come off mute, talk about, tell me about Jennifer and Marco. What you've read from your case study when you read the personas about Jennifer and Marco.
I'm looking at an everyday mom, right?
Yep.
And then also gender, right? Separate genders and how they kind of function. So first, like I said, everyday mom and a young, recent graduate, right? So those are two people that are most likely to be your first and your secondary audience or customer group. And their lifestyle, right? Not necessarily average, but the kind of norm or common lifestyle, right? Jennifer is a mom. She need to be on the go. She don't have time to cook. She gotta take her walks and try to build this sort of overall lifestyle. So she doesn't have time to sit down and, like I said, make a peanut butter jelly sandwich for herself, but she's focused on her kids and her career. Marco, like I said, he's an upcoming, I believe it says, is he in an agency or something? But he's very important, it seems like. And like I said, he doesn't have time too, because he's too busy trying to climb that corporate ladder. So he needs something as well that is quick and easy and convenient. But both of them, the common thing between them is they want to stay healthy. They pay attention to their health and their body. So that is what the juice shop can provide for them at a dime.
Absolutely. You captured everything. We kind of worked, from what Jason was covering, the customer insights, solving that problem. They want something healthy, affordable, quick, and easy to get and go out about their day because they're young professionals, single mom, busy. They're busy individuals. Also, very good. So let's go ahead and summarize a little bit of what they had here. So Kira was great to just kind of do a quick recap. We have Jennifer, the mom, married mom with 2 children, very busy. She's an executive, has her own business, and she's ready she wants that high quality organic drinks. And then you have Marco on the side, young corporate individual, single, wants something quick, but definitely healthy and something affordable. Well, I won't say affordable, but at a good price point that provides good quality food. Okay. Keep going the wrong way. Sorry. All right. So in this session, we're going to actually break you guys into groups to do a breakout. So what you're going to do is you're going to be paired up with a member on the cohort here to interview and also to analyze. So what I'd like you all to do is pull up your map on page 4, and you're going to use the Allo to learn more about your customer. I want you also to take inventory on page 5, and you want to generate some insights from there. And then step 3, we're going to discuss your findings as a team and create a problem statement for your customer persona. So let's look at this. So your task here as a team, you're going to go in your guide here. You're going to interview based on a persona with the customer. One of the personas, one of you guys will pretend to be Marco. The other one will be Jennifer, and you guys will do a quick interview just to kind of get their insights. What are they doing, saying, thinking, and feeling? And then from there, the things I want you to guys use is use verbs instead of nouns. So about how you're feeling. Ask why many times. Like, why do you feel this way? Why do you, why is it so important to you that you feel X, Y, Z? Okay. And then on page 4, like we said, you're going to find these tables to help keep track of what you observed during your interview with your peer partner. And please take 2 to 4 minutes during, your interviews to organize your thoughts on this page. So after you do your interview, just quick 2 to 4 minutes, jot down what you captured here. And then on the next part, on step 2, we're going to translate everything you heard and kind of put this into a problem statement. So on page 5 of your guide, for example, you guys remember with Sam, he wanted to be there for his family, and in that example, we focused on using verbs, right? You should do the same thing as you work to identify the wants and needs and translate them into insights here. Okay.
I
And then on step 3,
I cannot find the workbook that we're referencing.
Okay.
And Sumange,
Maria,
I'm
how do
sorry.
we?
I think if you can check your emails, I believe Zach was going to be resending that. I believe he sent it. Thank you, Ruthie. I see January 12th. It was emailed. If you don't have it, you may want to double check your email just now, because I believe that he just sent it a few minutes ago.
Okay, because I don't have it yet. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. And then step 3.
Manji,
Go
for
ahead.
those of us that
Yep.
are visual learners, is it possible for you to model the experience we should be having when we're in our partnered groups? I know you kind of walk through it, but
Yeah, no problem. I'll quickly summarize one more time, just kind of go from there. So stand by. And who is that asked the question? Faustina? Is that how you say your name? Okay. All right, well, I'll definitely do an example. And step 3, as a team, you're going to create a problem statement. So like, for example, right, Sam, the 36-year-old father of 2, who was that? So in this case, when you're doing the example with Marco or Jennifer, you're going to state, who is that person? Wants and needs, get my kid's favorite ball on the roof. What are the wants and needs of those 2 customers, right? And then because I want to be a problem solver for my family. So that's what you're going to do. When you're going to interview these questions, you're going to pretend you're the owner of Juice Shop. Your partner is going to play one of the 2 personas. You're going to interview them to get their insights and figure out what they're looking for and what do they need. And then you're going to jot that down and eventually kind of compile everything using the workbook and then create a problem statement for that. This will be a good foundation for you when you start talking to your customers, and you can start asking those types of questions, when you're working with your customers to get the customer insights that you're looking to do. Okay. So with that said, we're going to enter our breakout rooms, but I think Faustina, you wanted an example of kind of what it could look like. Is that correct? Okay. All right. So Jason, my man, you're going to play Marco for a quick second, and I'm just going to be the owner of Juice Shop. How's that sound, Jason?
Sounds great.
So Marco, tell me a little bit, why do you come to the Juice Shop on, a daily basis? I've seen you come in here often. What is it about the Juice Shop that you're attracted to?
Hey, so, I work really hard. I have, I don't have a lot of time. So, and I want to do something kind of healthy. I know there's some other options that aren't as healthy. So really just kind of looking to keep my body in shape, because I definitely have to be great and not with a lot of ton of time.
Awesome. Thank you, Marco. I really appreciate what you just shared with me. So folks, I'm not going to keep asking questions because I want you all to have fun with that. So in the workbook, right? So I just heard a lot of things that Jason said. I heard what he does. I'm hearing what he's saying, what he's thinking, how he's feeling. I'm jotting those little things down. And if there's any pain points I heard from his conversation as I continue to interview, I'm going to jot some of them as pain or gain or opportunities, right? So just take that into when you go in your conversation in your breakout rooms, when you're working with folks, just jot that down and you'll go for it. Okay. With that said, Maria, do I need to turn this back to you so you can do the breakout sessions, I believe?
Yep. So you're all
Okay,
gonna you're gonna hear a little message from me, and then you'll enter in a breakout room, and you'll each be in your own room. So give me 1 second to set this up.
And by the way, the breakout session will take approximately, let's say about 20 minutes. So you guys will have some time to debrief.
And just give me 1 second. It's a little finicky right now. My internet is moving kind of slow. And so, Jason, I think you're in breakout session 1, and Sumange, you are 2. I'm going to actually join the second session now so that I can keep track of that group and see how they're doing.
Okay. It seems like there's still people.
Yeah, looks like there's some folks here still. And for folks, you might see if you click on the participants, the bottom right corner.
Can you hear me?
On the top right. Yeah. Hey, Stephanie. You
Hi.
should be able, Stephanie, be able to see on your section to click join. And if you click on the what's that?
Hit them, and then I got disconnected from the session.
Oh, okay. Let's see real quick. Diana, Lori, Fontaine, Lakeisha Johnson, Zach, and Kira. Are you guys able to see the join button? And Stephanie, I'll definitely connect with you. Yeah, just click on join and that'll take you there. Okay. And if you're on a desktop, click on participants. On the top right corner, when you see participants, you'll click on join. You should have an opportunity to do that. Diana, Lakeisha, Lori, Zach, any issues? Okay, looks like you guys going. Lori Fontaine, Lakeisha, Zach, how about you guys? I can't scream. Okay, got it, Zach. Lori? And Diana, any issues? Lori and Diana? Can you guys hear me? Lori and Diana, can you guys hear me? You can unmute your line. Let me see if I can unmute you. Nope, I can't. All right. Well, Jason, I'm going to jump into that other session and see what's going on. Diana, Lori, if you star 6 to unmute your line, you'll be able to talk. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Star 6 on your phone or hit the mute button on your desktop. Okay. All right. We'll see you back. I'm going to jump to that next session. So.
Okay.
Lori, Diana, you guys there by any chance? Star 6 to mute your line or hit the mute button. Are you there?
Hey, how's it going, y'all?
Hello, Diana, Lori, are you still there? Diana, Lori? Hello? Awesome. Welcome back. Welcome back. Slowly coming in. Awesome. Gives beautiful faces here, man. This is what a gorgeous sight to see. Amazing, amazing. So much talent here. So much synergy. If you guys we all plug in together, what y'all can do within your own businesses. Really exciting to see what's going to happen after this workshop series. All right, Maria, do we have everyone?
Can I ask a point of clarification?
Yes.
Does anybody, I don't know if you said this in the beginning, I'm a visual picture person, so I take pictures too, and they're like, oh, look at this exciting experience. Is that okay or no? Because I normally do it anyway, but I thought I better ask for permission because some people do have their cameras on.
Yeah, I would keep that for your own personal. You do not put that on, any of the social media stuff until we can get everybody's permission. I don't know what disclaimer that you all signed with Pat Stone and to get here. Maria, I mean, if you have anything you want to add to that.
Nope. I mean, I would defer to Zach on that, and I guess a quick way to do it is if you would prefer not to have that experience, maybe turn your camera off, and then we can take a picture.
As long as I'm cute, I'm fine.
I mean, people do it anyway,
I
right?
love it.
Same here.
You should take a group shot anyway.
I love it.
I usually just recommend a statement from folks. So
As long as I'm at the beach, I can take pictures.
I know, right? So we might as well get it out the way so everyone knows.
All right.
Bam,
Yeah,
picture,
I think that's fine. Zach is saying that's fine as well. Yep.
You have my good side?
Okay. All right.
Yep. Anyway, I think
All
we have
right.
everybody back, Sumange. So the floor is back to you.
All right. So everybody give a good smile. I think Faustina's going to take a quick picture of this group. So if you want to throw up your smiles, your best side, your look side, ready? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, smile. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Faustina. You got to send that out to Zach so Zach can send that out to the entire group. All right.
It's probably not the best picture, so somebody else might want to. But
I'm sure it's great. All right. So, folks, in your groups, you all had to pick a persona, right? Marco or Jennifer, right? One of you in a group, and I apologize. This is kind of like our first time kind of running through this as well with this scenario, but one of you probably was the interviewer, and one played Jennifer or Marco. The rest of the group was probably just listening, taking notes, capturing the insights, right? The needs, the wants, any aha moments that you kind of captured from the interview that Jennifer or Marco said to the juice owner. And then from that moment that you all had to kind of take inventory of everything that was talked about, right? And then kind of put that into a problem statement, right? The who, the want, and the why. Exactly what Jason talked about in his section, right? So in Jason's scenario, case study that he did, Sam is a 36-year-old father too. I don't think you guys have any, no problems figuring that out based on the case studies of who you chose. And then the wants and the needs was he wanted to get his kid's favorite ball off the roof, right? And the why was, I want to be a problem solver for my family. It was a little bit deeper, right? It's much more, there's more emotion with that on why he wanted to do that. It wasn't just like, just trying to get that solved. No, he wants to be a problem solver for my family. So with that said, I'm curious. I'd love to hear from a couple groups to hear your problem statement on what, I want to hear one from Jennifer and one from Marco. So if there's a group and a representative that wants to represent their group and kind of share their problem statement with the greater collective here, would love to hear your thoughts.
I'm going to go because I may have to leave 10 minutes early. I was in group 4 and I was asked to share our problem statement. Okay.
All right, Miss Amanda, go for it.
Juice Shop needs to increase service offerings to include a variety of healthy juices and meal offerings at reasonable prices to help individuals maintain a more holistic lifestyle.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So let me backtrack a little bit because I love what you just said. So the who'd you guys work with? Who was the person that you all interviewed, Miss Amanda?
We interviewed, Alton, what was your name? Miss Yolanda, what was your name?
Marco. It was Marco, right? Okay, so Marco is, who is Marco? What is he? His age? What does he look like? What is his background? Who is Marco?
Tall, dark, and handsome.
Handsome, right? Okay. And then what was he looking for? What was the thing?
He was looking for, a variety of service offerings, healthy service offerings, to expand upon the juice that he currently loves.
Right, absolutely. And the why, you succinctly captured that right in the beginning, that whole nice, beautiful statement right there. Why is he, what is his why? Because what? What is he looking for from that standpoint?
He wants to more holistically maintain and sustain a healthier lifestyle.
Boom. That's it, right? That's truly what he's looking for. That's his true why and what he's looking for. So group 4, Ms. Amanda's team, thank you so much for putting that together. It was a pleasure to be part of that group and just kind of hear everything bouncing back and forth. So fantastic job on the problem statement. Let's hear somebody from
having all the notes.
Jennifer.
Thank you, Amanda.
Yeah, let's hear from Jennifer, a group from Jennifer. What's the problem statement? The who, what, and why? Anybody did Jennifer, or everybody just chose Marco?
No, we did Jennifer. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, is that Santi? Santi,
Yeah.
all right, go ahead, Santi.
We did,
Yeah, go
we
ahead.
did Jennifer. Okay, so what am I doing? Who? So
Right.
the who was Jennifer. Let's see. What were they doing? Because this is the chart that we were supposed to fill out, right? Because that's the one that I
Correct.
filled. Okay.
That's correct. Yeah.
They're choosing healthier options. They could go to the coffee shop and grab a donut and coffee, but instead they're actively choosing healthier. What they're saying is the repeat words were healthy, convenient, incentivized. Thinking they're, according to her answers, we deducted that she is very health conscious, and feeling they're happy as long as we do right by them. So one of the things that we specified was incentivizing buying the juice specifically from that place. Yeah, basically just making sure that they're healthy, that it's convenient, et cetera, et cetera.
Right. So finding the main why is to be, what was Jennifer's why in going to the juice company? Like, what is the true why? Like, what's her burning why? To be healthy, right? Period,
Yeah.
right? That's it.
Make healthy
it's not, we don't have to overthink these things, right? It's like really what it is. Now the SAM case study was a little bit deep, right? It's a little bit more internal stuff. And I'm going to challenge every single one of you, right? Can you really figure out the burning why they're coming to your business? Maybe it is to get rental cars. Maybe it is to get a nice haircut. Maybe it is to get the best commercial cleaning, products and services for your establishment. But I love what I think it was Genevieve, right? The daycare example. It's the peace of mind, right? That's what it is. And if you can get to that burning desire, what customers are looking for from your establishment, then you can capitalize it. Then we're talking like, we work with Kira, who runs like a marketing type businesses. I think CRM, I think what she said. You can work people within these in this circle, this cohort that might have a marketing business, and work with them to expand, your business, your value proposition to the marketplace. And because when you're so crystal clear on exactly what you're trying to solve for your customers. So a little bit of homework for you all. So start, I encourage you the next time we meet, I want to hear some stories on how you use this exercise to, develop some customer insights. I want to hear from particularly your business, not Juice Company. I want to hear how you use it and kind of use this strategy map, and also created a problem statement for your business. Very succinct, to the point. And if you can do that, we can build upon that, and we'll go on to the next section. Because if you don't get the foundation right, we all know, house on sand is only, it just blows away. It's got to be built on brick by brick. And this is the brick right here. You got to make sure that they get this right correctly. Jason, you want to expound upon that before we go right into the debrief?
Yeah. So again, I think Simone is absolutely right. You definitely want to, build that. I'm going to get into it a little bit under the debrief, but if you don't know the rules to the game, there's no way you can win it. So that's really what I want to add. But again, empathizing. When empathizing, remember this. Being customer obsessed begins with understanding their unique insights. Right. That's how you're solving that pain point. And being curious about the who, what, and why. And then, again, we have some post-session work for you to do. So there's a e-learning portal that you guys have access to, knowing the business. So financial reporting, income statements, balance sheets, cash flow statements, financial relationships, key ratio analysis. And so, again, with those things, they all sound they're not something that we use in our everyday vocabulary, but they're not as difficult as you may think, and they're all kind of snapshots to help you understand your business. And if you understand your numbers, it's easier to have a conversation with your lender. It's easier to have a conversation with supply management and keeping that going. It just makes things easier. And I'll give a quick story personally. So, with understanding your numbers, there was a point in time where I was paying 80. Well, I pay that now, but I was paying $80. I was a broke college student for oil changes, and it was a lot, right, at that time. And so I figured I'll have the genius idea of I'm going to change my oil myself. So I had a date with a young lady later on that evening. It was like 5 o'clock. It wasn't until 9 o'clock. So I figured I got time, I can do it. So, went, got all the things that I needed. At the time, YouTube really wasn't a big thing, but Google was. So I Googled it and went through all the necessary steps. Did it in my mom's driveway. Did everything right until the end where I forgot to put the oil pan back in. So I put oil all on my mom's driveway. And so from that lesson, I learned how to do it, A, so I learned what I was paying for, and B, I had oil all over my hand. I had to clean off the driveway, and it took me 3 to 4 hours to do all of that when I could have just went to Jiffy Lube or whomever for 15 minutes and just paid the $80. The $80 was worth my time and having my hands clean so that when I went on that date. So same kind of situation and scenario with understanding your finances. It's one of those things, even if you're paying someone else to do it, you want to understand how to have that conversation with them in a financially sound way. So some of the features of it are going to be, again, kind of perfecting your business professionals, MBA caliber business and financial acumen content, ongoing access to some updates and enhancements. And so, again, there's a URL at the bottom here. I'm sure you guys have in your participation guides, should you have any questions.
Yep. And Jason, we haven't sent that out to everyone. So Sumangi, if you want to go back to that one slide real quick, this is the website that you will access the platform on for the first time, and we can certainly add it to the chat here so that you have access to it. And then your username is your email address, and your password will be BTS at 12345, and then it'll give you an option to change your password. But once you, I'm going to quickly just demo this, Sumangi. So once you sign on to the system, you should be seeing my screen here. it'll give you an opportunity. This is when you log on, this is what it looks like in the home page, and you just want to follow the modules. It'll tell you how much time and the topic that you're going to cover. But these are a nice complement to the session that we have when we meet in person. And so I would encourage you to explore the site, take a look at what's here, complete these online modules. They're self-paced. You can do them on your own time, but we certainly will review them. And if you have any questions, I know you're, you can either ask Zach at Pathstone, or we can certainly review these with you when you meet on a bi-weekly basis here. But again, that site is on the slide for you. And if you have any issues signing on, please don't hesitate to reach out to me directly. I'm happy to walk you through. If you were a late addition to the class, I know some of you just registered for the session today. We should have your logon credentials available by tomorrow. So back to you, Jason, I think it was.
Yeah, so in your participation guide, you can problem solve for your customers, as Simonge suggested, and kind of read up on the economic trends, indicators, and that impact small businesses. Some of the small business trends in 2001 was shifting towards e-commerce, and really kind of understanding that market, using your mobile market. That's huge. Rolling out your application, and sometimes apps can be expensive, and so there's times that you can format things to a cell phone size computer or size, and you can kind of utilize the app that way. I've seen a ton of businesses kind of do that, but just make it cell phone friendly. Personalizing your customer service. I know that there's a group here or a business here that it seems like she kind of does that as well. Growing your online community, very, very important. Understanding your market, your customer, and how to really reach them where they're at. Promoting data transparency. I think that's huge nowadays. Folks want to feel comfortable going to your site and that your data is on point. And then being eco-friendly and socially responsible. I think this is huge with the generation now, that they want to ensure that what they're doing is actually helping the community and not being harmful. And so those are the trends. So thank you guys. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I hope the class was very beneficial for you guys. And we will see you bi-weekly in a couple weeks.